I'll tell you what I thought was good about it.
Tell me.
You look like you're having a lot of fun.
I have fun with that.
Good.
Yeah. That's my wheelhouse, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We find our Wolf of Wall Street guys?
Yeah. We
did?
I forgot to ask him the question.
All good. Which one did you like? And what do you like about him? Come on in. This is the machine, the pit. This is our internal sales team. This is where we're finding off-market deals, residential and commercial, wholesaling deals, finding deals for us to buy, raising capital, getting community members signed up, getting people to the Entrepreneurial Real Estate Workshop, getting people connected with our courses so they can learn how to do all these things within real estate investing. But I'm gonna bring you in. Over here we got Babe Ruth, aka Isaiah. He's working commercial leads. Right now we have some people who are trying out for sales positions. We do this every Friday from 12 to 2 p.m. here at the office. We bring them in for tryouts. Pauly's in here giving them the rundown, and gonna see how good they do trying out. And then Jesse's right over here working dispositions.
Cool. So right here. Tryouts is about.
The man Jesse.
Oh. Hey, how you?
He's got his head down, not because he's disappointed. He's just hustling.
All my secrets right now as far as what I'm looking for, but like, just higher. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of people trying to figure out what to do and are in the same exact shoes you're in as far as figuring out what to do. So it's completely considerable as far as where you're at. What would have to happen, or what would be important about selling the property? What's important? What would be important about it?
The price.
Yeah, it's always about price, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So as far as you get the price, what's that do for you?
So I can, pay off some debts that I have and help my daughter get into college.
Okay, wow. Daughter getting to college, I know what that's like, man. My daughter's 17 and she's going to be in college here shortly. So is that the debt's there and you want to pay for it all at once, or you plan on paying for it, or?
Yeah, I plan on paying for it. She's enrolling next fall, so I got some time, but sooner rather than later.
So, but what would be important about selling now then, though? It's not about getting them to do something. It's about getting to know them. Mm-hmm. And a good salesperson is not attached to the outcome, but focused on the connection and getting to know people in spite of resistance, in spite of rejection. Just that ability to make the connection and get to know people in spite of themselves. What happens with people in sales is that often they get in their own way with what they think the other person thinks, or what they think the other person feels, versus just having a good conversation. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for is your ability to have a good conversation and go from there. It is the inside sales agent role is a full-time role. Yeah, so I'll also make sure that in our next conversation, this will allow me to do a little bit more homework, is give you some inside market information. That's market data you cannot find online. And that'll help with the clarity as far as making a decision. And then Jesse, I promise you the most important thing for you is if we can bring you an offer. And how we can bring you offer, because I'll tell you, at TRE Properties, we'll either buy the home, we'll sell it to one of our investors in our database, or we can share how we can bring you an offer from the open market. But regardless, you'll have options as far as what's going on, and then you'll be able to figure out what you can do from there. Does that sound fair?
That sounds fair.
Okay, great. You want to meet Tuesday at 4 or Wednesday at 6?
Wednesday at 6.
Okay, break script. Now, I don't know if you saw where the biggest benefit, what's important about that? What's that do for you? And he said, my daughter's to pay off some of the college debt, right? Mm-hmm. Right. But here's the thing: the most important thing about you talking to people is understanding that there's motivation. Because if there's no motivation, you don't have anything. You don't got anything. Okay. We want to talk to people that want to be talked to. Now that means that we have to. That's why it's called prospecting, because you got to sift a lot of dirt. And that's what it boils down to, because what we do is help people that need it. Not get people to not get people to go in a direction that they don't want to go. It's about discovering and finding out if we can help them based off of the number one rule here. And it's on the whiteboard when you walk out. is get to know the people.
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah, I did.
That's the number one rule.
Rapport building.
That's it, man. Get to know the people. Then you'll have that ability to create good conversations, and that's something that you can feel good about. That's something that you're making the connection because somebody needs the help or wants to look at options, which is what the entrepreneur method is all about. The entrepreneur method with what Matt and Alex have created is that ability to not just come at them as a realtor with the listing, not just come at them as a wholesaler trying to get rock bottom price. Right, is to take a look at the whole menu and figure out what's going on, and then figure out and then them being able to figure out what's best for them, so that we can help facilitate whatever direction that they want to go.
But I'm kind of wary if she's the end buyer or the not the wholesaler.
We can.
But if she has to prove a funds, is that?
Yeah, we can qualify her. The way that these work when you do find a buyer is we'll send them an assignment contract.
Oh, okay. And the 5K earnest is going to be in there.
Yeah.
Is there an option for them?
No.
No option.
No option period. 5K non-refundable. The moment they sign, we'll send them the assignment contract.
Would it be double closing?
Or not necessarily, but we could.
Okay. How do we determine that?
Most of the time. How much is the wholesale fee on this one?
Right now he's locked up at 195. She's offering 105, which is
We'll just assign it.
Okay, but the good news is that you sift a lot of dirt to find just a few opportunities. Okay, but within those few opportunities is this much potential for income. Okay, so that's where having the right mindset with what we're doing and being sure that we're centered and focused with the right identity, which is get to know the people. That's why that's rule number one, because getting to know the people is what's most important, not you trying to set an appointment. Now, here's the goal today: set an appointment. Right? That's the goal. Right? Now, what's going to happen with the list? Wrong numbers, bad numbers, yada yada, blah blah blah. Don't care. Like, figure it out. Create good conversations. You've got the format. Did you hear repeating and approving? Were you paying attention to that?
Yeah.
Okay? Because no matter what he said, because he threw a big curveball that would have struck anybody in this room out besides me or Alex or Jesse, would be what's your offer? You see how he threw that up right up front for me? Well, hold on there, bucko. Like, we don't even know what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And I need a little bit more rapport, and I need to find out situation, and I need to find out motivation. Motivation is what's important. I got sidetracked there for a second. Okay, motivation is what's important. So I'm digging in and finding out, okay, so what's important about that? What does that do for you? I asked those two questions 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I go 3 rounds because they're still ambiguous or they're vague, and I'm trying to dig in there and find out what's going on. Don't ask people for anything. I don't ask people for their correct email. I don't ask them if we can close. I tell them what's going to happen, and then they follow me, because people don't follow weak people. People follow strong people who are willing to lead, and now you've been given the roadmap to lead.
Have you talked to a lender?
Yeah, for sure. And are you still saving up for the down payment and closing costs and all that? Just all the expenses that come with buying a house?
You on the phone?
Not anymore.
He hung up on you?
Yeah, he did that last
Call his
time.
ass back.
Huh?
Call his ass back right now. That's what I do. When they hang up on me, I just call them back. I'm like, I'm sorry. Something happened to our connection. I lost you. I said, man, if I'm working this hard to get your business, imagine how hard I'll work to keep it. This person just responded on the texting. Can you just call them and talk them through their offer and everything?
Yeah, what is it, 1 p.m.?
Yeah. But here's all the contact info. Just write it down, give them a call, put it in Fub, and work it.
So I was supposed to ask you, what do you think about hunting?
About hunting, you're either the prey or the predator. And if you don't think you're the prey, you're already dead meat. The market's a jungle out there, and then people are like, they acknowledge it or they laugh, or because it's an approval. I'm not doing anything right now. Are you not doing anything? Yeah, I don't blame you. The market's a jungle out there right now. What are you seeing? What do you think? How do you feel about everything going on right now? Like, what are you seeing on your property values? That's what market right now is like. Well, what do you think? Right? But you can't just lead into what do you think, because then it's kind of cold.
I think 900,000.
They know you're reading from a script.
It sounds like you're processing. The whole reason repeat and improve is such a big deal is because it says I hear you and I understand you, like or I respect what you're thinking, or I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I'm not doing anything right now. Why are people not doing anything right now? Tell me why. Why?
Interest rates are high.
Interest rates are high. Why else?
Market is still stabilizing.
But market's volatile right now. Yeah. So it's reasonable for them to think that, right? So acknowledge that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, just out of curiosity, how much cash flow are you getting per month? Gotcha. That's actually pretty good. I mean, even with a property manager in there, you're still making a good chunk of change. And that's pretty hard to do in Austin right now, so. Gotcha. Okay, well, I guess if we were to make an offer that made sense, would you consider selling it? I mean, like, we work with a lot of investors around here as well, and I'm also one of them. I own a couple rental properties, and so, like, I'm always looking for a good deal. So, I guess, what are your thoughts if we could bring, like, off-market opportunities to you as well? Okay, and then just another question. Do you know anybody in the Austin market that might be interested in selling, buying, or investing in real estate? I'm sorry? Do not. Okay, no worries. Thank you so much for your help, and thank you for answering the phone. It was a lot of fun talking to you, and I'm definitely going to reach out to you again. Does that count as an appointment?
No. Did you set one?
I said I'll call him back in a month, and he was like, I don't know if there's anything that's going to change, but I'm going to call him in a month.
Yeah. Good call.
All right.
Wasn't an appointment though.
No, it wasn't.
No. Why wasn't it an appointment?
He was not interested in selling no matter what. He said he'd only sell if he could cover his house in California, which is $800K.
How much is this
and
one
he
worth?
said this one worth on Zillow is about 200 or 560.
They always got an idea how much it's worth.
Yeah.
They always know.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what Zillow is, right?
Yeah.
So he said it's worth what?
About 560.
560?
And
Okay.
he said he bought it at 250. 2.2% interest rate on it. He refinanced out of it, so that could actually be a really good sub to if we could get to it.
But he doesn't have any motivation though.
No motivation.
Because so what's important about paying off his house?
Which one? The one in California?
Yeah. He said it would pay off my house.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the only reason. Yeah, he wouldn't want any debt.
So what's important about that? Paying off the house in California.
Oh man.
Now look, I know you think you know the answers sometimes,
Yeah.
but that's not the point. The point is like the script is the roadmap to really understand what's going on. Because when you start thinking too much, it's a problem for you.
I think like
It's a problem.
trying to come back. Sorry.
No,
trying to come back and reference a script. That's when I started getting lost.
Yeah.
Like, where was I?
So when you walked in, you saw people had script boards. The most distracting thing that can happen is that you start talking and listening, and you're only listening. Now look, you're just making phone calls right now, right? But like the fact is that was easy. See, the scripts should release you. They shouldn't confine you. So when you're off on a tangent with whatever's going on, like you're looking back at the script and you're like, all right, how do I plug something back in here? While you're listening to the call, that's a fairly, complicated thing to do, kind of. Especially when you're like, oh man, I'm making these calls, I'm in a room, it's a tryout, like.
Yeah.
Okay, because remember I said the most important thing is to get to know the people, but the most important thing in regards to whether somebody's going to do something or not is
To get them to close.
no.
Or set an appointment.
Why? What's going to cause them to be set an appointment? Motivation. You have things in your head that you know are, well, it'd be nice to not have to pay your bills. You're going to make more. Yeah, so you want to travel more of the country. What's important about that?
Well, my daughter created this roadmap of different places to go, and me and her decided to hit some of them once we get the house sold.
Oh, man. Wow. Thomas, that sounds exciting. What's that do for you?
I mean, it's a great way for building bond with my daughter and
Boom! Look at that. Now where are we? Are we here or are we here?
Heart.
You got them.
Now you got them. Look, we're emotional beings having this physical experience, right? Like we're emotional beings. All decisions, 100%, maybe you know this, maybe you know it, maybe you don't, all decisions are made emotionally. The logic just validates what's happening in here. You don't make decisions here, you make decisions here. Whether something happens or not, dude, I don't care about something happening. I want something to happen, I expect something to happen, but I'm not focused and tied to it happening. And when you get there, your conversation levels go, and you can have less conversations and talk to less people and see more results. Now that's the goal of like people like, I want to help people, I want to connect with people. Yeah, but they're not putting the time into really having a strategy and being intentional about connecting with people because they're too jacked up in their head thinking like, oh, I'm using a script to try to close people and get an appointment. It's not some theory. This is battle-tested shit that works. How do I know? I've already made a lot of money with it. A lot of money. So does he like living in California?
He doesn't mind it.
Yeah. Would he ever move back here?
He actually really likes it in California because he's a techie and he's like, yeah, if you want it, you can come over here too.
Yeah,
like, let's do it.
I'll get you an interview.
Right.
So does he have so this was an investment property by default. He lived in it, he moved away, it became an investment property, right?
Yes.
And he has a tenant in there, right?
Yes.
And how much is he getting for lease?
He's getting $2,300.
And when does the tenant's lease end?
That I did not ask.
Okay. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got all excited with the we're both techies? Oh, you drive a Tesla too? Dude!
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how that distraction could like, cool, that's good. But get your ass back to the conversation.
Right.
Right? That's good stuff. But that's not the important stuff. The important stuff is like this and then the stuff off of this. Because what's a good follow-up question? He says, when's the tenant's lease up? And he says, in January 2024? Yeah. What's the next best question?
Do you have anybody lined up? Property manager? Can I help you out?
Okay. What's another good question? Tenant's lease is up in January.
Are you looking to raise the rent or?
Okay. What's another good question?
Are you thinking about selling after?
Boom! That's the one I was looking for. Good questions though. Good questions. If you're trying to convince somebody to do something, it's wrong. But if you're asking good questions to understand, because those initial levels of resistance are just so reflexive because you're salesperson, you're a stranger, they're gonna resist you initially, or now that you're talking, but they're still talking, there's not real consideration yet, and you're just asking questions to understand their situation and their motivation better, and then all of a sudden, something drops out, and something they disclose something, and you're like, oh, I should call you in December. Or not, which is okay too, because what do I want? What do I want?
You want to make sure he wants to sell.
What I say
He wants
before.
motivation.
What do I want? What do I want?
You want trust.
What do I want?
I'm going back to motivation.
I want the truth. You asked several closed-ended questions, right? Is that okay? Yes or no questions, right? Yes or no questions are typically bad. Okay, they're not always bad, but they tend to be
Because
bad.
if I don't know you, it's easier to say no.
Right. Oh, can I have your email address? Well, no. I mean, just call me in 6 months. Not a huge
So
big
what'd you say
deal,
your
right?
email was again?
Yeah. So what's your best email address? There it is, right there. What's your best email address? What days are better to call you? Weekdays or weekends? When you want something, get it.
Yeah.
Just get it. Would you ever buy an investment property?
Yes.
Closed-ended question. What are your thoughts around investing in real estate in Austin again? You see how much better that question
Much
is?
different, yeah.
Now look, that's a little thing, but all little things matter, man.
Yeah, they do.
And they all add up. They all add up. Because when you add up all the inches, then you're an effective and you're an efficient communicator, and you can come from that confidently, because people don't follow weak people. They follow strong people. You ever heard what the definition of luck is? Luck being when opportunity and preparedness intervene. That's luck. Okay? Why were you lucky? Because you picked up the phone. You have intention with who you're talking to on where you're going to go if you come across the person that you're going to that could potentially want to do something, and you were prepared. Opportunity, preparedness. Boom. Oh, you're lucky with successful people who you don't. But there was all this stuff that happened to make me lucky.
Yes.
That's bullshit.
Absolutely.
Right? Life by design, not by default.
I want to give more better quality responses when I just get that cold no before they hang up, because I know that I could at least spark some kind of conversation around why they're uninterested or all of a sudden not interested. I thought my responses were too professional, and it just didn't give me any space to create rapport. So I would like to definitely work on actually having a heart-to-heart on why they're saying no or why they're not interested now. Because they were interested at some point.
Right. And with these absentee homeowners, like they're even if it's by default, like they're playing the game, right? Like you just didn't call a neighborhood on just calling around a neighborhood. No, these are people that are in the game, maybe by default, but they're in the game. So hey, I'm just calling to talk about the game. It ain't about that, man. When you can get away from that, like trying to get people to do things. That's why people hate telemarketers, because 99% of them are not trained well on just understanding people.
Yeah.
They're just whacking away, and it's not their fault because they don't have good training around it. Right? But when you have the right training and you're in the right opportunities, then you don't have to worry about making money anymore. You just have to figure out
like for you. Yeah.
It's just a matter of like how much money you want to make.
Yeah.
You know, and what do you want? How much time do you want to spend to make it? So I loved your tonality. Your tonality was really good. Your energy was good on the call. And then because your energy was good, she actually softened up a little bit to help you understand why she was saying no, because you were just like, well, maybe we can put a deal together, versus like focusing on the result. You were focused on the result. You weren't focused on her.
Yeah, I wasn't asking enough why it's 900 to her.
Yeah, right. And to like use some of the tools to like to comfortably just get to know her, and then the words and the energy are like, so what's up with you? And the repeating and approving help them feel important in that moment, so that there's a better chance. That's what the repeating and approving is about, for them to more likely respond to you, to the question. And when you care about people like that, then you're not processing, right? But you're paying attention, because strategy is important. Every conversation, you create a conversation, you carry a conversation, you close a conversation, and then you got to figure out what's going on. And your level of caring really about the people and paying attention to a strategy, so that you're not on the phone an hour. Like, dude, you should not be on the phone an hour with people, right? That phone call wasn't too long, but you just lacked direction on on more extraction. Because for me, the way that my brain processes it is, it's like, okay, it's like going in for surgery, right? It's like, don't worry, I got you. And then I'm like, boom, boom. And I'm just cutting you up. And I'm like, what's going on here?
Found it.
Right.
Yep.
People do business with people that they like and trust, but they need to trust you first before they like you. How's that? Because you have professional conversations and you demonstrate integrity with your ability to get to know them, and then explore possibilities and opportunities. Scarcity mindset initially, you know, and then
What if the sun doesn't come out today?
yeah. What if we get hit by a meteor? He started he wasn't complaining, but he kind of was, about the volume. The other guy's talking. I want to like him, but I think he could be an asset, though.
Every time you would say, this is a full-time position, you'd look directly in the eyes.
Did I?
At least once.
Like, full-time position.
Yeah.
I stared him down. Full-time position.
Alright, the other guys?
He goes, he was like, can I talk to you? I'm like, yeah. We went in the kitchen. He's like, hey, man, thank you. I'm super grateful for the opportunity. He's like, but I know this isn't for me. And I'm like, okay, I appreciate that. Like, thank you for telling me that. Thank you for being willing to be upfront and honest with me. He's like, yeah, I just need to be upfront with, I just need to be an honest guy, you know. And I'm like, no problem. Good energy. Better. He showed better than I thought he would. Because he came a little late, and I'm like, okay, I'm not saying anything else again. Like, you're just gonna have to figure it out. And so he went with it, and he was creative he got a little creative. He's like, hey, I want to, on the voicemail, I was like, hey, I got to check with your name on it. Call me about 123 Street. He had good confidence. And he had good tenacity. He kept trying to close on a lady, but he didn't really know what he was doing. But then at the end, I think what was good about that was I asked them, what were your thoughts? How do you feel? And they got to, they both, I think, gave good perspective on self-critiquing where they were and where they were, where they needed to be. So I thought they both had good awareness with that. And I think energy is really important. Your mindset, your energy, and your mindset, and your humility. So mindset, yes. Energy, half a check. Humility. Hey. But
why?
Because I want somebody to call commercial.
Well, why would you want someone with half a check?
I don't. That's what initially at the onset, I liked him because of his being recommended by him and his perspective on what he wants to do. But then he showed up for tryouts, and that's what happened.
What's he want to do?
He wants to be, he wants to be around investments. He wants to learn from an investment team.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, there's a lot of people out there that want to do that.
Yeah, everybody wants to be rich. I was gonna try to find out about their mindset, and I wanted to do a 1-minute drill of like words. Like I tell you a word, I say a word or a name, and then give me your immediate reaction.
Let's do it.
Within 1 second.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Mike Tyson.
Ruthless.
Religion.
Needed.
Politics.
Dislike.
Hitler.
Ruthless.
Elon Musk.
Sharp.
Social media.
Needed.
Michael Jordan.
The best.
Trump.
Ruthless.
He's used ruthless 3 times. Jesus of Nazareth.
Talking about Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Unless there's another Jesus of Nazareth that you know.
Savior. Well, I've never heard anybody say Jesus of Nazareth.
Yeah. Yeah, you haven't watched enough Christian movies, that's why.
Savior.
No, that's a bad list, but like, I just started writing stuff down. I'm like, and actually just running that drill with you just helped me realize to take like 4 or 5 of them off, 3 or 4 of them off there.
Like, why'd you have Obama on?
Because I wanted to hear. Here's why. I had Trump and Obama. Here's why.
Yeah.
Because Trump and Obama are both such polarizing figures. It's not about whether I care you're Democrat or Republican or not.
Yeah.
It's because they're such polarizing figures.
When Obama was president, we were in 8th grade.
Yeah. So I just took him off, and Trump too is going to come off. I think maybe politics is a good one. But not Trump. And then even like Mike Tyson, Michael Jordan, like I was just looking for like figures that are well-known figures to just
You should ask them stuff like this: mindset, energy, humility, and get their response on.
Yeah, good. I like that.
Because
The last book you read and when?
it's good.
I want to know the last book you read.
Me?
No, I mean when people can't.
Yeah. I listen to books.
Well, that counts.
Multiple at once, so it's kind of like...
Yeah. Yeah.